Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about 30 new secret features, hidden details, and insane things you don't know from the Doomsday Heist DLC. If you guys do enjoy this sort of series I do when new updates drop, be sure to give it a thumbs up. That'd be awesome. But let's not waste any more time, and let's get it started. All right, so the first thing today is kind of a two-in-one. Number one, you can bail out of your Deluxo in mid-flight, and it'll just stay there hovering in mid-air. I thought this was incredibly unique. I expected when you bailed out of the Deluxo, if you were in hover mode up in the air, that it would come crashing to the ground, but it's actually not the case. It stays floating up in the air. Now, another fun fact to add on to this is you can actually go back and land on the Deluxo up there, and then if you want to, you can actually get back inside the Deluxo once you're actually up there by pressing Y or triangle. One of the coolest features of this amazing vehicle Rockstar added in the Doomsday Heist DLC. Something that's not so cool, apparently Rockstar has removed the duffel bag glitch. So there's parts of the heist missions where you actually have to put like a duffel bag on your back. So I'm imagining that's why they did this. This is a very popular clothing glitch that we've seen people do over the years to add to their characters to give them more of like a bank robber feel. Unfortunately, this has been removed. There might be a new method to do it since it was featured in the new heist, but the older methods and all outfits with it have since been blacklisted. All right, a couple cool facts about the Stromberg. Yesterday, we tested if you had a broken window, could it still transform into a submarine? The answer was yes. What about a broken door? Let's say your door is completely removed. Can you still transform into a submarine? Yes, and you can still survive. So this is some very interesting logic right here. You have one door completely ripped off, yet you can still transform into a submarine. Now, what's also interesting is if you decide to get out of the Stromberg in the water, it's pretty cool. It will float. You can stand on top of it, kind of like a life raft, and you can choose to get back inside at any point. So I think this is incredibly useful, making it one of the most versatile vehicles in the game, even if you do happen to lose one of your doors along the way. Number 4, this is kind of a quick tip. If you own an Avenger, you should take advantage of the fact that the Mobile Operations Center has an extra vehicle storage. So that's the only thing the Avenger can't do. It can't permanently store a vehicle. And the Avenger has every other upgrade and every other feature that the MOC has, except for that one. So spend a little bit of money and you'll gain an extra car storage place, which number one is convenient, but it also makes it easier to call that one vehicle in on the fly. So definitely upgrade your MOC if you already own an Avenger and you have the money to spare. Number 5, it seems as if the Wagner got an update on its license plate. So the placement was actually moved. Now it's to like the right side of the exhaust, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, this looks pretty bad in my opinion. I'm not sure what Rockstar was thinking here or why they felt like they had to move the license plate on the Wagner, but this doesn't look good in my opinion. So if you've noticed this change, this is not for you. This is for everyone who owns a Wagner. License plate has now been moved. Another thing players are apparently upset at is Rockstar removing the contact mission glitch in order to get aircrafts and vehicles to spawn right in front of you. And when I heard this news, I was devastated because I used that to get my vehicles on places like Mount Chiliad, my planes to spawn right in front of me when I called them in via the Smuggler Run feature. And when I tested this, it worked perfectly. I was able to get my Stromberg out of the Alamo Sea, the one you saw me testing earlier in the video. So it worked no problem for me. Maybe it's limited to aircrafts only, but you can still use it to get vehicles to spawn right at your feet. Maybe Rockstar did some tinkering with it and it only works in certain situations, who knows, but that was something I saw a lot of people complaining about. So when I was doing my review of the facility, I said that one of the most useless things was the locker room. Well, it turns out that this place starts to fill up after you do the heist missions. So you'll actually get some of the outfits that you can see that you used in the missions, whether it's like the scuba gear or whether it's the paramedic outfit, they'll actually start to fill up the lockers inside, which I think is really cool. I love the fact that this place is dynamic and the locker room is dynamic as well, which is kind of awesome. So kind of a cool Easter egg, the coordinates that come up on the heist computer screen before it actually loads up, these are actually UFO locations. So I'm not sure if this is Rockstar trolling or if they have another Easter egg planned in mind, but those couple coordinates that you can see loading up on the screen, yeah, those are for all the UFO locations scattered around the map, underwater, in buildings and whatnot. Pretty crazy, Rockstar dropping some more Easter eggs like that. Number 9, if you die from the orbital strike, you'll actually be sent to the hospital. believe it or not. So I guess this is one of the worst deaths you can experience on online, and if someone pays $500,000 or $750,000 to kill you, I guess that's one good reason to go to the hospital and get it checked out. Now, one other thing I thought of is it might be a way for Rockstar to prevent people from griefing or trolling all over again, because if they're transported to the hospital, they'll be moved away from the location they were likely at. So I'm not sure why they did this, but you go to the hospital if you're hit by the orbital strike. Number 10, as you complete more heist missions, you get more objects inside of your facility. So for example, if you complete the second heist mission, kind of spoiler alerts here, you get one of the underwater mines and you also get one of the submarines. And then if you complete the third heist mission, Act 3, you get this eagle that's clutching like the world, which is kind of awesome. So I really do like how Rockstar's starting to fill this place out a little bit more, and the office is dynamic when you complete the various acts. Number 11, and this one is awesome, the Akula with its stealth mode can actually hide cargo. So if you're doing a smuggler's run mission or a biker mission or a cargo mission, if you're in the Akula and you activate stealth mode, the cargo will go off the radar as well. That's awesome. I originally only saw this as a griefing tool, but now I can see it being incredibly useful for doing business supply runs. Number 12, so if you just spent a couple $1 million on the facility, well, don't worry, Rockstar is still going to charge you every single day to own it, and the facility price when it's fully upgraded is $1,050. Yep, every single day you're going to have to pay $1,000 just to keep and own the facility. Something that's pretty crazy, the free mode heist prep missions, they actually count towards your criminal mastermind challenge. So you guys know that the prep missions have to be done by in free mode lobbies. There's nothing you can do about that. And what if some knucklehead uses the orbital strike cannon on you? Well, there goes your criminal mastermind challenge. That's dumb, and that's why I don't like things required to be in public lobbies. I mean, that's got to be nearly impossible. How can Rockstar do that and expect no one to be killed during one of the prep missions in a public session? To me, that just seems crazy. Number 14, I was slightly saddened by this, but the Deluxe Oh can't pick up any of the Lady of the Nights. Why not? This is the coolest vehicle on the block. Why don't they want to get in this car? Doesn't make sense to me. Guess because it's weaponized, but still, this would be an awesome vehicle, and who would turn down that? Number 15 today, the Pariah, one of the new supercars, has an awesome feature. So if you modify the secondary color, this ring around the headlights will actually change as well. Now, it doesn't change the color of the headlights, which would have been epic, but I thought that was pretty cool, and I've never seen a vehicle do something like this when it's being customized in Grand Theft Auto Online. So if you haven't done this on the Pariah, you might want to check it out. Number 16, something about the Avenger is it doesn't have insurance, which is a good thing and a bad thing. So it's a bad thing because if someone decides to blow it up, they won't be punished. But also number 2, if you decide you want to just conveniently bail out of your Avenger and have it crash to the ground, what it's going to do is it will automatically respawn inside of your facility and you won't be charged any money, which is great. And then you won't have to call Moore's Mutual either. So it's kind of a nice automatic free way to not have to worry about the Avenger. Number 17, and this is how you activate the privacy glass. So I had no idea you actually had to activate this. I thought it came by default, which is why I was complaining about it in one of my other videos. You have to go up to this little like panel on the wall and then you just activate it. And it's really cool. It actually like blacks out the entire room, which I think is kind of cool. I wish it was there by default though. That's what I thought it was when I paid $90,000 for it. But in case you were lost like me, that's how you turn on the privacy glass. Number 18, you can modify the Deluxe Oh at the Los Santos Custom Shop. So a lot of people are assuming this has to be done in a mobile operation center or an Avenger. No, you can do this at the LSC. The only thing you can't do is modify the weapons. So anything that's weaponized is going to have to upgrade it at the Avenger or the mobile operation center, but you can still take normal-esque vehicles like the Deluxe Oh inside of the LSC, and that applies for any other vehicle that was added in the Doomsday Heist. A few more quick tips about the Deluxe Oh. If you're on ground level and you're hovering and you get out, it will actually revert to normal mode, which is kind of cool, but kind of a bummer because you can't have it just sitting there hovering on the ground for pictures or snapmatics or anything like that. So in order to actually get it to stay hovering on the ground, one trick you can do is bail out of the Deluxe Oh at kind of a low altitude. And what it'll do is you'll stay alive and it'll keep the Deluxo intact, and it'll float on the ground. It'll eventually lose altitude and float on the ground. And when it does that, it will not go back to normal mode. It'll stay in hover mode, and it actually looks really cool on the ground when it's floating that low. Like I said, great for photos, great for really whatever you want. Now, in my video yesterday, we talked about how the Avenger has autopilot mode and how you can allow it to hover in the sky. Well, you can actually just completely leave the Avenger. Like if you want to jump down, you can. However, there seems to be a problem getting back in. Once you dive out, you can't get back in the Avenger, so it's kind of a one-way ticket. I wish there was like a hatch or a door that you could, access to get back in, because that would be cool to dive out, go do something on the ground, fly back up, get back in, and then start flying the Avenger again. But apparently Rockstar doesn't think that's so cool because you're not able to do that. So be careful if you get out of your Avenger. It's kind of going to be stuck in the sky. All right, so one of the unreleased vehicles that we're going to be getting soon and online is the Fister Neon. It is a electric sports car. It's really cool. So on the new radio station, Blonded FM, there's actually an advertisement for the Neon. So we know it's going to be coming in the game, but that's essentially Rockstar leaking one of the unreleased vehicles. Now, of course, it's not going to be unreleased for long, so this radio station will make sense soon enough, but I did think that was pretty cool. So be on the lookout on that new radio station, Blonded Los Santos, and you'll actually hear them talking about the Neon, an unreleased hidden vehicle. Now, something that's not cool is the fact that you have to host the heist missions in order to get the new trade prices. That is so dumb. So if you spend hours as an associate helping out one of your friends doing one of the heist missions, you won't get the trade price on the vehicles unless you're the one hosting it. Why, Rockstar? That makes no sense at all. Your friends are doing just as much work as you are. They deserve to get the trade prices as well. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So not sure why that's the case, but if you're wondering why you weren't unlocking the trade prices and you were doing the heist missions with your friends, well, now you know. Something pretty interesting about the Avenger is it can actually go on autopilot with one propeller. Now, this is a fun feature about the Avenger in general. It can fly with one propeller pretty well, but it can go in autopilot mode and just sit there hovering and not tilt at all, which doesn't make any sense, obviously, if you're into aerodynamics or helicopter physics in general, but I just think that that was really cool, and it also shows just how sturdy this aircraft is, which is actually pretty amazing. Moving on, some information about the Orbital Cannon. There's actually no refunds, even if you do the manual targeting mode. So if you do the manual targeting mode and you miss, congratulations, you just wasted $500,000 on an attempted shot, and there's no refunds whatsoever. If you click on the automatic one and you select the guy, there's no refunds. Even if you don't choose to kill him, you don't get that money back. So keep that in mind. You are kind of locked in if you do decide to use the Orbital Cannon. And those screens do turn red, by the way, when it is active. It's kind of weird because you'll never see them any other color unless you're spectating someone else. But for the split second when the cannon fires, yes, they do turn red. One thing that's kind of a bummer about vehicles like the Stromberg and the Deluxo, you can't use them in normal heist missions. So that's kind of unfortunate because I could see them having lots of different uses. Could also see them kind of being overpowered as well, so I can kind of understand it. But it is kind of a bummer that these things are limited and mainly for the most part really only useful in the Doomsday Heist. Something else that's kind of a bummer, the new armor that Rockstar added, those like chest pieces and shoulder pads and whatnot, those are cosmetic only. They don't provide any health benefits or bonuses inside the heist like the original Heist Armor that was added in 2015. So again, kind of a bummer right there. Not a huge fan of them adding that and having it have no bonuses at all, but I guess it's okay because it still looks pretty cool. Something I didn't know about the heist prep missions is you can actually buy them. Now, I don't recommend this at all. They are incredibly expensive. Like if you buy all the prep missions, your profits are going to be cut by like 50 or 60%. So it's really not worth it at all. The only way I would say this is worth it is if like you're already a millionaire, you don't need the money, and you just want to like get through the heist like cutscene-esque mission. So you can buy them, which is kind of convenient if you want to skip those free mode prep missions. And the last thing we're going to be talking about today, something that's again kind of unfortunate. I wish there was more positive things in this video, but associates cannot use the Mark II weapon bench in someone else's Avenger. So if you're in someone's CEO organization or biker clubhouse and you're in their Avenger, you can't use their weapon workbench to get more ammo. What the heck, Rockstar? They probably just want everyone to own their own Avenger, but that's still kind of a bummer. Like if you're out on a mission and you need more ammo, you just get rejected at your friend's Avenger. That to me really stinks. But anyways, that right there is 30 new secret features, hidden details, and insane things that you didn't know from the Doomsday Heist update. As always, if you have anything else to add in this video or some secret features that you think I didn't mention, be sure to let us know in the comment section down below or reach out to me on Twitter. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.